Actually, HTML was just, you can say, interface. Some of your students also work in PHP. So hopefully this will be easy for you. Like PHP is an open source project platform. You can change without fees, without any expense is provided by Sun. Like different database are performed, different database are involved: MySQL, Postgres, SQL, Oracle, Sabas, Informatics, and Microsoft SQL Server. All we can easily interconnect with the PHP. So is a little bit fast. If you think is about MS ASP.NET, so PHP is fast compared to, because it's open source and normally server are available everywhere. The MySQL servers, once started, executed even very complex queries with huge result test is record setting time. PHP support a lot of major protocol such as POP3, IMAP, and LDAP. PHP 4 nowadays, PHP 7 isn't working. So the old PHP is now root out. So just directly we go to programming. Definitely simplicity, efficiency, security, flexibility, familiarity. So how to write a PHP program? HTML code is okay. Within a body tag, we can write PHP program. What you want to write, it will be shown to the client computer, to the client side, and the client from the server. So PHP start with the braces open, question mark, PHP. This tag is used for PHP as recognized. In the mail, you can write PHP echo. Echo is used to print out, like print F and C, scan F and C out and C++, system.print in Java. So echo is in PHP hello world message. After that, you need to close question mark with the closing tag, body HTML. It will provide the result hello world. So the main thing is how to run PHP. For PHP, we need a server, WAMP server. Everyone have WAMP server? WAMP server we need in PHP. So when you click WAMP server become in running condition. You will see here, this one is green. Green mean is working. Sometime is missing. For example, I just, when I click on WAMP server, it's open localhost, my PHP, my admins. Like you need to install WAMP server. For WAMP server, you need to open localhost. Localhost will direct you to the server side, to the server, because it's a local server. It's you can say a virtual server from your local computer, from your local source. Normally, the residence of PHP where you install. For example, I install in C. In C language, you can see here WAMP server. Clear? And WAMP, there's a www. In www, you can write your program here. For example, I want to make a folder with the first. Okay, there will be in the folder name, there are no space. Okay, first PHP. When I open it, you can use Eclipse, you can use Macromedia Dreamweaver, and you can use Notepad as well. For example, I open Notepad. Remember, last time when we worked with Notepad or WordPad, we here write HTML. Yes, the PHP, you can write PHP without HTML as well. It's not necessary for excessive program, for executive function. But the main thing is, for example, if I write the same program in new text.documents, I want to paste this paste. After that, I want to run. Here you can say PHP. After PHP, there is echo. Okay. So this is the main program. For example, if I want to format font, I want to increase the font of all. Okay. Hello world title is actually used for the title of the page, web page, the browser. So if I want to run this program, I need to store this with the PHP tag, and the name must be with no space. Okay. For example, hello world, and the last text extension will be PHP. After PHP conversion, it will ask you yes to change. It will be like that, not like HTML. Because HTML you can run by click, you don't need any server. But for PHP, you need server. So we use web server. Here, nothing is shown, but we already created our website within a www. This is the first PHP. I need to refresh. You can see first PHP is here. Okay, you can write the way. You can write the first PHP slash PHP, sorry, hello dot PHP. Okay. You can see the hello world is printed here. I give a local host as a server, and first PHP is the folder name, hello.php is the name of the file. Hello world is printed here. So this is how we can run the hello script, hello world PHP script in PHP. Everyone have web server, please. Okay, I don't know. Can you make it virtual for them? You can also use virtual server from online. Okay. So we need to run program like that. After that, if we talk about, there are many tags, simple tags are used, like we use in HTML. Okay, there are 3 ways to write a program. If you want to write a program like this, PHP, after that you want to write PHP code here, is okay. This one, what we did. The another one is this one. For example, you can also write program like this. These are the tags, is okay. There's another script language, PHP. You can write PHP code here, and then you close the script. These are the 3 ways to write a program for PHP, a PHP domain. The most common one, we use the first one. This is commonly used. But for other, most common tag is this one, PHP. Here you write a code program, and then we close the tag. And we have also used same tag in our lecture. From the next chapter, we will start with PHP environment setup. Okay, we already have environment setup. We use PHP. Now we come to the syntax. For example, now we run the script as command prompt as a file. You can also run as a command prompt. If you open CMD, in this one, you can also run PHP. When you write a program like that, test.php file, then you write PHP echo hello PHP. Then you open the command prompt, command window. You can write $PHP test.php, the file name. So it will also produce the following result. But here we also have our customized server, a customized page we can easily run by click. So I think for now we don't need any console or command prompt screen. So the next, if you want to short open SGML style tag, it's called SGML style tag. It's called short open tag. For example, this one. Short tags are, one might expect the shortened option. You must do one two things to enable PHP recognize. Choose the enable short tags you need to change in configuration system. But we don't need, for example, in PHP building, you just need to, open the enable short tag in configuration option. When you are building PHP, set the short open tag within your PHP ini file. Where is PHP ini file? When you open your web server, here you will use PHP ini file. In this ini file, when you open the ini file, here you want to change the tag short open. We need to short open tag setting. For example, I copy this one. I want to search. Okay, some tab in new web server are also accept is out. For example, option. I want to say find next. You can say short open tag is off. You make it on. When you make it on, your short tag will be open. You can also work with short tag without PHP prompt. Okay. You understand? Open web server. When you click web server, here's a PHP. There's PHP ini file. You click Control F to find it because it's a complete configuration file. When you click off, you need to paste what you want to change. If you have the name, find it and you make it on or off. This is on your this is in your hands. What you want to use. This is a way. So now come to the ASP. ASP.NET. How many students you know ASP.NET? Anybody know? Anybody work in ASP.NET? Okay, ASP.NET, you can say, okay, I want to little bit explain ASP.NET in PHP. Actually, PHP and ASP.NET are the competitor. PHP by Sun Enterprises is open source, but ASP is not open source. You need to pay for module to change. If I compare ASP with PHP, I will opt to PHP ASP because it's have a very vast, a very big library, and very easy to use. Also, PHP is easy, but PHP is, you can see some limitation come. Because Microsoft, you know that Microsoft are the big competitor of the world software organization. So they add every year some new things, a very fast, very abrupt change in ASP.NET. In ASP, you can use like what you use in HTML tag. Here in ASP, use like the same HTML tag, but with the word ASP. If you want to write a ASP tag, it will be right like that. Sorry, I want to write here. Okay, I open one file to show that how to write ASP tag. Format fonts. This will be 72. Okay. So when you write ASP tag, you need to write with ASP command. Okay. This one you can write, for example, body, for example, table. Okay. The same like other, but with the dynamic programming, like PHP is used for dynamic programming. So in dynamic programming, ASP style tag mimic tag use an active server page, ASP active server page. To the netcode block, ASP style tag look like this percentage. We'll start with percentage, but the problem is ASP. When you use ASP, you will use ASP server. Is not working in PHP server like in web server. And ASP server, you need to use Microsoft server as well. But compared to PHP, if I shift it to ASP, in ASP you can use in the background, here you use PHP, here you can use Java, but in ASP you use C# with ASP.NET. C# is used as a how to say, is a dynamic programming for the ASP.NET interface. In ASP.NET, when you install Visual Studio, you will find C, C++, ASP.NET, C#, database are also included. Like here, if you saw the Java, here use WAMP server. WAMP server actually plug in the database of If you want to use other database, you need to use proper plugin, you need to install. But in ASP.NET, you don't need to install. Everything is in Visual Studio, and also use 3-layer architecture provided by ASP. Hopefully, I wish we start class soon, physical class like face-to-face. Then I will show you some program, and I will do some programming in ASP.NET in front of you. Then you will find the difference between this one. So now we just, in ASP.NET, you also use drag and drop button, field, text field, like what we use in Macromedia, Dreamweaver. So you can use the same in ASP.NET as well. So now we come to HTML script tag. HTML script tag look like this: script, language, PHP, and script. If you want to write PHP program, you need to write, for example, echo something. If you use echo or any other for loop variable, okay, why we use PHP? Actually, HTML just only provide us static programming, yeah, with some JavaScript language. JavaScript, there's some dynamic things we can do, but not the complete whole and dynamic programming to connect with database. We can use some JavaScript, some new languages we use, some new tags we can use, but the problem is with the complete dynamic. So we use PHP. All the PHP for loop we can't use in HTML. While loop, do while loop, yeah, regard script language, we can't use in HTML. So if we want to use for loop, while loop, do while loop, if else if statement, conditions, these all things we need to use in PHP. These all things we will use within the PHP script, PHP tags. Between the PHP tags, everything need to write. So here, commenting PHP, how to comment the PHP, like single line comment. They're generally used for short explanation of notes. So comments in programming, in any type of programming, comments are very necessary. The basic things. Why? Because after some time when you read your program, you will see, oh, this comment, this information. You can say some hints. Here, for example, you can use hash. This is a comment. Hash line, this is another line, second line. You can use these two sign is a comment, is a comment to each style comments only print an example with single line comments. If you want to use, you can use like this. Multi-line printing. Here are the example to print multiple line in a single print statement. For example, if I use first example with the comment tag, you can see here is comment tag, and this uses the hard here document syntax like is int. Second line start from here and start here. These are multi-line printing comments. Now, multi-line comments, if I want to use, just start with the backslash with the asterisk and end with the asterisk with backslash. So these all line will not be printed. With these all line will not be shown to the user. This will be just as a hint. Print. Sorry, this, for example, by mistake I write print here is echo. Okay, echo. Before the old use PHP print. White space insensitive. Like like in C language, white space doesn't matter. Am I right? White space, no problem. Here you can use white space. White space here you can see, for example, if I use $4, okay, dollar sign is used for PHP. Like in C language, we use integer A. Okay. If I use like this B, is problem? No problem. Is okay. Like this is a white space what we have. But in PHP, we don't mention with integer, float, character. No mention. Just we simple write dollar sign. For example, A. This is a variable. This is a variable, but no space like that. Here between the variable and dollar, there will be no space. Okay. This white space also there are. If I write, for example, variable variable. If I use space, variable 1, this is also wrong. Variable name must be together, like you also used before. And also, variable name not be start with 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, in the middle, you can use 2, 3, 5. Is okay, no problem. But in the start, no. Another thing, for example, if I use variable space equal to 20, now VAR is assigned for 20, okay? VAR, yes, please. Someone mic is on. You want something? Yeah, Shebli Reza.
Sorry, sir, I couldn't get connected, so
Okay,
just the network came.
now you connect. Okay,
Yeah,
we are in the start. Okay, good, great. How about the situation in Bangladesh? Everything is okay? Oh, off. Okay, no problem. So if you use white space here, no problem. Like the same, if I use in C language, a equal to 20, no problem. Like white space doesn't matter in PHP. So I come to the point again. So in PHP here, you can use for 2 plus 2. Double backslash is mean single space is actually just comments. For you place the tab button, then equal to tab 2 tab plus tab button tab space. Actually, you this is not a problem in PHP. Even this is not a problem. $4 equal to next line 2 plus next line 2 plus multiple line. So no problem. There's a no problem for white space. Case sensitive, yes. Case sensitivity is there in PHP. For example, if I write a program in C language also, if I use A equal to 20, this is a case sensitive. Why? Because I declare A in small. Here I write in capital. The same like in PHP, if I write, for example, VAR equal to 20. And here I want to show echo VAR. If I write like that, is error. Why? Because V is capital. Here is a small one. What you declare, actually, what you initialize, you need to use the same variable. Here you can see case sensitive. If I want to see, here you can see. Sorry. Okay. Body capital equal to 67. Print variable capital is 67. Print variable capital is this one. Actually, this one is echo. We use echo in this place. So this will show the first one is capital 67, the variable declaration. This declaration here we use capital with small. This one will be printed. The capital sign is big. So okay, now we need to practice this one in real world. So I want to open the same program what we had before. For example, we go to C and see WAMP and WAMP www first PHP. Here I want to open this one again and open with open with Notepad. Okay, in this one I just want to write the variable. Okay, Control A. Size is so big, so font. Need to make it small. Okay. Here I want to declare variable. I say, for example, dollar variable var equal to 20. Then I say echo. I want to print var. Okay, another thing, if you want to print something, for example, echo, if I write something in this comma, double inverted comma, here if you write something, it will be considered as a message. Okay, But without comma, like the same in C language, C++, I think you use without comma. If I'm not okay, then you can print this one. After that, I want to write echo. VAR. We see which one is we want to check. Which one is print. So I want to save it. After saving, just I want to refresh this page because I want to change this one. You can see 20. 20 is shown on the top. Maybe it's very small because the other one variable undefined. Why? Because VAR are not defined. Okay. So this is how we can use case sensitive in PHP. Okay, this was the first basic. Okay, we're going toward the next. Any question? Any
No,
question?
sir. Thank you.
Okay.
And sorry for the interruption.
No problem.
I'm getting like low internet, like internet connection, poor internet connection actually.
You are also so far from us.
Yeah, and the situation here is in Bangladesh is till to today we're having 10 confirmed cases and it's increasing.
Okay. Need to be careful about yourself.
Yeah, I think we should be careful. Just pray for us, sir.
Yeah, why not pray? More pray. So now we shifted to variable type. Okay. There is no variable type in PHP. So you just write $sign. Hopefully this will be easy for you. So and the problem is the space. If we talk about, for example, if we use integer 2 byte, take 2 byte in C language, float, take 3 byte, char, take 1 byte. But here in PHP, no space, no specific space. How much your memory is, you can write in one variable the whole book. If you write one string variable, like no need to define string, just with $sign, you can write the whole book, is not a problem in PHP. We start with $sign, like we know that. We use assignment operator, the same what we use in C language to assign some value. Variable can also don't need to declare, no need declaration. Variable and also don't need any from fundamental type. A variable doesn't know in advance whether it will be used to store a number or a string. Actually, when you write with $sign some variable, it depends what you assign. When you assign after that is assign only assign for this one. Variable used before they are assigned by default value. Variable used before they are assigned have default value. They also have default value. PHP does a good job for automatically converting type from, like when you convert the type in C language, you need special function to convert. But here in PHP, it's automatically converting from one type to another type when necessary. PHP variables are like variable type, for example, integer, we use a whole number without a decimal point, like 41. Doubles, floating, everything is the same, like in C language. Here you also use one another, boolean. Boolean you also use maybe in C language. The true, false are 0 and 1. In null variable, null is a special type that only have one value, null. String, you can sequence of character like PHP support string operation. Array are named and indexed collection of other value. We know that about arrays. Everyone know about arrays, or I just revise the variable. Objects are instance. Objects, what does mean objects? Can anybody tell me? What are the objects? Yes, Sajidul Haq. What are objects? Kaya Sambo. Kaya, what are the objects? No. Atanush Roy. Mr. Roy. Sleepy? Are here. Are you here or sleepy? Okay, you're right, Mitzi. Okay, tell me about objects. What are the objects? Okay, objects are the user defined or is programming defined? Yeah, it's customized function. You can say object are the representative of the whole class. We can say in class we have data member function, all representative with objects. Okay, resource. Ever you use resource before? Yeah, externally like database, connection. My PHP connect, my SQL connect are resources. These are resources function. You can hold variable. So yeah. Integer, any type of integer you can write here, but underscore you can use an underscore between the two variable. And double, it's the same, no problem in this one. Boolean, true, false. Interpreting other type of Boolean, there are 0. Okay. For example, here I use true number equal to 3 plus 0. This one will be Boolean, true or false. It will be true because it's more than 1 or 0. String, tried and true. This is a variable, for example, which have a lot of character, is not empty, is null. If it's null, like we can say it's false. Otherwise, if there is some value, we can't say this one is false. We can say this one, for example, struct true array 49. This one like array 49, an array element. An array element will be stored on 49, like 49 indexes. An array element will be stored here. So this one is not null, is true. False array. If I say array with no question, okay. Array here defined in some other way. Like in C language, we directly assign the value, but in array here, we use array function to define. We will see further. So false, null value if 999 minus 999 equal to 0. So it will be also false. String. There's no value in string empty, so we will say this one is also false. Boolean false, true, false. So string, single quote, okay, single quote, a double quote value must be shown, okay, in string. For example, variable name. Literally, my variable will not print. Not print, there is echo. Literally, my variable will print. There is a double quote, so it will print these two values. The first one, the variable will not be print. Why? Because it's single quote. If it's single, so it's mean this is not the same, not represent the value of variable. It's just value. This is a string. If there is a double quote, so you can also, this will print the name. Like here, if I use, for example, a Roy, it will print, my Roy will print. Strings, there are no artificial limits on string length. You can write, I told you, you can write the whole book, no problem. So there's no problem in this one. Escape sequence, you already studied this one in C language as well. /n is replaced by the new line character. /r is replaced by the carriage return character. /t is replaced by the tape character. $$ is replaced by the $sign itself. If you want to print itself $sign. So a single backslash is replaced by a single double quotes with double quote. double backslash is replaced by a single backslash. So here is one documents type, variable name, naming. Variable name must begin with a letter or underscore character. A variable name can consist of number, letter, underscore, but you can't use character like plus, minus, percentage, reminder. These character you can't use. You underscore, dollar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ABC. You can use this one, not this one. There is no size limit for variable, like I told you before. Scope of the variable, limit, like where we can use it, can be defined as the range of variable. A variable is to program in which it is declared PHP variable can one of 4 scope type. For example, if I use here, okay, for a while I just want to skip from here, shift another. Okay, this one is with echo. So here I want to come to the point. Here you can see, for example, if I say x, $x is equal to 4, function assign x. Okay, now this $x is, you can say, outside variable, okay? Outside. Now we check about scope, local variable. Within a function, if I define $x equal to 0, echo x inside function is x, $x is mean I want to print, okay, backslash dollar. It's mean we need to print $x. This is just string. Inside function is $x. This one is variable. This variable, it will print 0. Assign x, I call the function. Here, if you want to define the functions, you will write the word function, name of the function, argument, parameter you want to pass. Here you want to define. This one will print 0, echo. Outside of function is, it will print 4 because it's outside of this range. Within a range of function, when you within a function, you can't use this variable outside of the function. No, actually, you can use, but not the same value you can get. For this one, you will use dynamic, like global. When you define a global variable, so then you can use outside anywhere in the program. So this will print first, inside function is 0, outside function is 4. Okay. I want to ask someone, Madala, are you here? Open your mic. Can you speak?
Yes.
Yes, Madala. If I write this, like for example, if I define integer x is equal to 4, and I write int x is equal to 3. It will be the same in C language or like Java?
Integer is equal to 4 and which one?
Like, I mean, like, for example, here, okay, I want to write for you and also for all. Yeah. Here I want to write a program. I write in C language. I want to write white main. Okay. Integer x equal to 4. Then I write, for example, function wide value. The name of function is value is equal to, I define a function, okay? Assume there is no error. For example, I define a function. Int x equal to 50. Cout. I write x. Okay, I write also cout x. What will be the output of this program?
Int 50, I think.
Okay. Anybody else? Sakhawat. Sakhawat.
50.
Yes, sir.
50. Okay, what will be the output of this program? Saddam, next is your turn.
I also think 50.
50. Saddam, what do you think?
We have
Yes, sir.
both
Same
names.
answer.
What will be the answer, please?
50.
50. No 4, just 50. Just 2 times C out. Faisal is here.
I think from my perspectives, because the other function is inside the first
Laoshi, I think
function.
it's 4.
Yeah, like
You don't think so? There will be error?
I think the second function is inside the first function, right?
Yeah. Like there is one error in C language, multi-declaration. Ever you face this problem?
No, you said assume there is no error. You told
No,
us
like
to assume like that.
yeah. If I say no error, so S will print also 50 and also 4.
4 both.
But
Yeah.
with multi-declaration is not working. But in PHP, there's multi-declaration, but with local scope of the variable is different in PHP. So it will work first 0, then again it will print 4. Okay. So function parameter, how to pass the parameter? Like for example, here function, you will write the keyword function. This one is the name of the function. Here you will write value. What is value? Value here you can see, for example, value equal to value multiply 10. Return value. Retrieval multiply 10. Here 10 is passed is in value. So this 10 will go to this value and value equal to 10. 10 multiplied 10. So it will be assigned 100. And after 100, so return value. So this one. In C language, normally we here write return, but in PHP, we don't need here return type. For example, if I want to write the value in C language, in C language, first I need to declare here x is equal to 4. Then I can write, for example, integer. What type of return will, for example, multiply. Then I will pass the variable, for example, what? X. X I will pass, for example, here I want to write int a equal to. If I write like this, int a equal to, so it means when I define the variable function, so I will define like that. I will say integer, then I will write multiply, and then I will write to receive the variable because this parameter is passed, so we'll receive here, for example, integer b will receive the value, and here I will write b equal to b multiply 10, and then I will write return b. but there will be one error. So I need to define b as a integer b. There's another b, for example. This b will be returned, or I want to say c to assign the value. So then it will return the integer variable. We need to retrieve integer. This is a return variable. But here in Java, in PHP, no need. You just simply write function name, value, what you want to pass. No need to type what type of value is, no problem. What the value will come in calling. This one is called calling of the function. 10 is called, so 10 will goes here. If I call a, so a will go there, isn't a character. So return value is this one. It will print return value is 100. Okay, this is how to declare a variable, how to define. There's a global variable. In global variable, for example, this is one variable, sum variable equal to 15. Function edit. The name of the function is edit. I write global, the keyword global, sum variable plus plus equal sum variable is equal to sum variable value. You need to print edit. You can see somewhere before, when I declare x outside of a function, it was called it was global for other program, but inside a function it was local. Here, when I use the keyword global, so you can use this global variable anywhere in the program with the global keyword. It will consider the same value what is defined outside. But in I want to revise your C language programming. In C language, you define global outside of the body of main. For example, if I say int a equal to 10, now a outside of a main, this is called global variable. So this global variable you can use anywhere in a program, even in function outside of your main body. It will be remain this value. It will not change. So here in PHP, we write a global variable with the keyword global. So you can see here is 16, somewhere plus plus. What is the global? It means global is a take global 15, so 15 plus plus. Yeah, if you don't define this one, for example, I want to check this program is really true or not. We can play with this program later. For example, I write here PHP. So if I want to run this program, what will happen? Somewhere 16. Okay, the same what they want to print. Here, if I don't, for example, if I don't want to use global here, if I want to say, okay, these are the string. Somewhere is 1. You can see here, some is 1. Okay. So because they don't take as a global variable. Yeah, when you define as a global variable, then this will be again 16. Okay, if I don't want to use, if I use it here, another one like a local variable, here I use, for example, not global word, I use equal to 10. It will be taken as a local variable, like what we did before. You can see 11. Answer is 11. So this is how we can define the scope of the variable. It's called global and local variable. Static variable. The final type of variable scoping that I discussed is known as static. In contrast to the variable declared as a function parameter, which are destroyed and the function exit, a static variable will not lose its value when the function exit. Normally, when function is exit or your program is exit, it's the value become garbage value somewhere. In C language, we call garbage value. Some variable hold garbage value. But here, static variable maintain the original state position. Position. So you can declare a variable to be static simply by placing the keyword static in front, like the same what we use in global. So we use as a static. Here you can use function keep track, static, count equal to 0, count plus plus, echo, count print, echo. Like next line, you can see keep track. First time call, it will be 1. For example, I say keep track, call the function. Function will goes here. Okay, function keep track, static equal to count equal to 0. 0 plus plus 1, echo, print. It will print count. Count is now 1. Okay, now the function is out.